guys, so I'm not going to stay on this intro very long because we have a lot to get through. A whole box. These are my hits and misses for the last 3 months, which is why it's a little bit longer. It was actually just going to be a few products, and then I was thinking about it over like the last couple of days, and I was just adding more and more things to my phone. So I've put them all together, and there's a lot here. There's a lot of misses and there's a lot of hits, so we're just gonna jump straight in, and then we're gonna keep this moving. We're gonna make this quick. Okay, so the first thing is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I refound this again and forgot how good it is. I was packing it in with a sponge recently, and I have not been able to stop using this over any of the other powders I have, and I have a decent amount over there. So one of the foundations I absolutely have been loving recently is the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I'm in the shade True Ivory. It's the foundation I'm wearing at the moment. It's so full coverage. So full coverage. If you haven't tried this, I would definitely say go and check it out. It is probably one of my favourite drugstore foundations ever. Okay, so another foundation I absolutely love is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour Foundation. I think they're changing this for the newer one, and I hope that's not the case, because I was watching a Taylor video and I'll be really sad if they're discontinuing this. I have the shade 100 Ivory. It's obviously more yellow toned than I am, but I can still make it work. This is another really full coverage foundation, so when I'm not wearing the Maybelline foundation, I'm wearing this. Also, it has a pump, unlike the new one. So a primer I didn't know I was going to love is the e.l.f. Lock-On Face Primer. I don't know if you guys saw on my Twitter. Yes, I have Twitter. I really need to start linking it below. I put the 3 face primers I've been currently using. I've been using my Soap & Glory Oil Control Serum. I've been using, obviously, my e.l.f. Poreless one. And I've been using this Lock-On one. A really, like, clear, almost glue consistency. It's so... see how thick that is? It's so super tacky. But I feel like it really does a good job of keeping my makeup on for a long period of time. So I tend to put it like on the outside of my face where I might be like resting, and I really see a difference. This is another e.l.f. primer I would have to make sure is always in my kit. Okay, so I've been loving the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is incredible. I knew it was good before, but this has become my new favourite bronzer. I haven't used my Too Faced bronzer since I picked this one up. If you're looking for a dupe for the Too Faced Peach Bronzer, then look no further. This is so smooth, so warm, so amazing, and I appreciate it's not in everyone's skin tones. Brands really need to come out with more. Also, it has this really useless sponge, but it is the bronzer I'm wearing today, and I love it. Okay, so the blush I have been obsessed with, is the Wet n Wild Colour Icon Rose Champagne. Now, a lot of Wet n Wild, I appreciate Wet n Wild you can't really get in the UK. I actually got this off Depop, but I'll see if I can find it on Amazon, because that's where I get a lot of my Wet n Wild stuff. This tone, it has like ever so slight shimmers in it. I'm wearing it today. It's just a really nice warm nude blush. This is really nude. Way nuder than my other Essence ones. I really like it. It sort of warms my skin without being like, you're definitely wearing blush. So if you're fair, check it out. Okay, so it was like the last 3 months, all I have been obsessed with is with highlights. When I was on Twitter, I noticed someone post about the Sleek Solstice palette, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good that palette was. Then I went and used it, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't know, there's palettes that I really like now that I feel like are better than this. Then I went back to my Cleopatra's Kiss, and I remembered how much I love this. I have 2 of these are creams and 2 of these are powders, and I will do swatches. Sphinx and Goddess are the powders. Goddess is a little bit more glittery than Sphinx, but that gold is incredible. Funnily enough, I can actually get away with it on my skin tone because it's not too dark. I really enjoy this palette, and I have been using it for at least the last month. It's another highlighting palette I am obsessed with. I need to do my Holy Grail Luxury. This is like the best highlighter I've ever used. This is the Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. It comes with these shades. Again, appreciate it doesn't go with everyone's skin tones. I'm really fair, so I'm kind of lucky I can use this. So what I normally do is I take a highlighter brush and I just use all of them. So I'm just going to mix them all together. This bottom one. It's so blinding. I thought I was going to be really disappointed with this. But I love these highlights. I think they're incredible, and I appreciate this was like £59. When I hit pan, I'm getting another one. So the makeup setting spray that I have not been able to put down is the Kat Von D Lock It Makeup Setting Mist. It has an incredible mister. Wait for it. It has like an ever so slightly chemically smell, and I believe that it does keep my makeup on for a really good time. I remember Kathleen Lights did a huge makeup setting sprays stash video, and this was one of the ones that she said kept her makeup on for a really good time. You can also get smaller ones of these now. If you go into Debenhams, you can probably order them offline too. I forgot how good this Sigma 4D HD Kabuki brush is for blending out foundation and concealer. I've been really enjoying foundation brushes over sponges recently. I have no problem with sponges, I really been enjoying brushes again. And for getting like right under the eyes, I've been really enjoying this. I know Tati did a video on this and she didn't like it for foundation or concealer. I'd say that it does prickle ever so slightly sometimes underneath your eyes, because obviously that part of your eyes is very sensitive, so just be aware of that. But I think this is a really good brush and I'm really glad I bought it. So a sponge I have been obsessed with is the Eco Tools sponge. Not the smaller one, but this bigger one. So obsessed that I've actually ordered another one. Not the green one, I ordered like a white one with a red one. Thought it'd be a nice change. But it has this really flat top. If you saw my Fenty review, you will know I enjoy like flat tops to get right underneath the eye. You can also like bake really well with it. Nice big flat area to go over your bigger sort of points. It also, because of the edge, you can get around your nose really well. I really enjoy this so much. I didn't think I was going to love this. When I first used it, I was just like, yeah, okay, it's fine. And then I used it again, and then I always use it again. Eyeshadows I've been loving are the Colourpop Supernova shadows. I got 5. I love them. I will do swatches, but I have Dragon, Oh Wow, Hard to Impress, Running in Orbis, and Walk of Fame. My favourite one is Hard to Impress, which is here, like a redder sort of shade. So these are incredible. These are so much cheaper than the Stila shadows. You can get so many more shades for a much cheaper price. So another thing from Colourpop, got some of their Super Shock shadows, and this one in Game Face. Oh, look at that shade. So what I've been doing a lot recently is I put black on the outside and the inside, and then have like almost like a halo eye. And I did this and posted it on my Twitter. So I swatched this one. I'll say it's kind of the same as this shade. So if you have that, you probably don't need Game Face. The Supernova shadows are really creamy and so easy to use. You could just pop this all over the lid and stick something in your crease and you're good to go. And they're really long lasting too. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette I've been using a lot is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Eye Contour Light and Shade. Now, I appreciate this is like a straight copy of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, but the pigmentation's really good, and I've been using this black, have like a halo eye. Look at that black. You do have to build it up, don't get me wrong, but it's a really good black. I've been using this a lot. I really enjoy the pigmentation. I love the creamy colours. Like, it has a lot of good cool tones and warm tones for your crease. So if you're looking for an everyday matte palette, this is really good, and it's pretty cheap. Last things are lipsticks, so I'm going to get a little bit closer. The first one I have is the e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipstick, shade Blushing Rose. I'm going to swatch these on. This has a really cool doe foot, triangular shaped, and it has a hole in it. I feel like it puts on liquid lipstick really well, and the shade is really pretty. I've been trying to get my hands on Praline for the longest time, and then I realised it's probably too dark for me, so I tried this one and I love this shade. I wear this almost all the time. I can find it on the NYX website. I will try. I really, really will. But this came in a set. It's the NYX Matte Liquid Lipstick in Nude Rose. It's almost like a peachier shade. It's a lot warmer than the last one. The other one was a lot cooler toned. This is a really, really pretty shade. And lastly, this is by Collection, and this is the Velvet Kissed Moisturising Lip Cream. And this is in the shade Caramel. This doesn't really dry down, whereas the other two do. Again, it's just like a nice nude shade. I really, really like this. It smells really good too. The other ones don't have much of a scent, but this one smells like cupcakes. I think this was only like £2.49 or something. Noisy people. If you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry. In the hallways, it's just so echoey. This is a moisturising lip cream, so this is very much like the NYX Soft Matte lip creams that don't really dry down, but this is really, really pretty, really comfortable. So I don't have as many misses as I thought. I was trying a couple of foundations over the last couple of months, and I got the Bourjois Healthy Serum. I got the shade, I think I'm going to have to sell this, because this is definitely for dry skin. I looked really oily by the end of the day. I had to powder so many times, and it's such a shame because I've heard so many YouTubers rave about this. I'm really, really sorry, but this Bourjois serum just isn't for me. So something my Makeup Revolution, these highlighters, these are ingot highlighters. This is rose gold and this is platinum. I know Charlotte Tilbury had something similar and hers was like in a cardboard box. So what I would try and do is would put the rose gold all over my cheek and then use the platinum to sort of put on the high point, which is why I've got sort of pink in mine. That's my fault, not them. I've been watching a lot of beauty news recently. They were talking about the Natasha Denona palette where the shadow was sealing, and sealing means that I think it's like the oils in the product struggles to get any pigment out, and I feel like that's what these have done. You can kind of see that sort of line. That's where they've sealed, and as pretty as they are, I cannot get pigment out of these, and because of that, I think they're a big miss, unfortunately. So another highlighter, last highlighter I promise, which was really disappointing for me. I don't know if I got a bad one, I really hope I did, was the Maybelline Master Chrome. Calm down. I know these are everybody's favourites, and I really want to love it. This is in Molten Gold, which I appreciate isn't really my skin tone either. But I feel like I have the same sort of problem. That swatches really, really well. Maybe I need to give this another go. I'm going to give it another go. I will. But when I put it on my skin, I feel like it doesn't show up very well. I want like a blinding, beaming highlight. I want to blind people so they don't see how bad my makeup is. I feel like this didn't come off on me very well, but it didn't work as well as I wanted it to. So we've got the Maybelline Colour Tattoo 24-hour Colour Tattoo 24-hour, I don't know which one it is. I got the shade Creme de Rose. I was hoping this was going to be like a dupe for the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, because it's that sort of shade and it's really creamy. It's quite dark, it's not my skin tone. I heard that these will keep shadow on for long periods of time. It doesn't for me. I have oily eyelids. I'm always looking for new primers, especially considering you guys are probably getting sick of me talking about the Wet n Wild primer that's hard to get hold of in the UK. Packaging is really, really pretty. I love how they've embossed the bottom of it. I think that's really, really cute. But this just doesn't work for me. Okay, so a mascara that didn't work for me. I have Urban Decay Troublemaker Super Fat, Super Long, Sex Proof Mascara. I got it because of the packaging, I'm not going to lie. I love the packaging. I love this petrol sort of shade. I talked about that in my Fenty video. That's really, really me. The brush on it, I don't have an issue with it. I do think the bristles might be ever so slightly too long, which is why I might be having the issue. But I feel like I just have really spiky lashes. I feel like it doesn't make them very voluminous. I like really voluminous lashes because I don't use falsies. I feel like it poked me in the eye more than it did me any good. The second to last thing is a liquid lipstick. I got another nude. What's new? It's Lottie London Slay All Day Longwear Matte Liquid Lipstick. The shade is beautiful. It's called Werk It, and I will swatch it. So I use this when I don't use the e.l.f. one. I'll use this one. Problem is, it says it's a longwear matte liquid lipstick. Slay all day. Okay, all day. Which means it should work throughout food and drink. At least drink. And it doesn't. I feel like it rubs off so easy and for that reason I don't reach for it too much. I wear a lot of liquid lipsticks when I'm at work because I need them to last a long period of time. It doesn't do what it says on the tin, okay? And the absolute last thing is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I'm a mattifying girl, and I know they have a mattifying one, but apparently the mister is nowhere near as good on the mattifying one as it is on the illuminating one, so I was like, well, I just want to try it. But I'll be honest, I got this because of the mister, which is why I got the smaller one. You really have to shake this up before you use it. The mister itself, and when that's on your face, there's just sparkle. That's why this is really disappointing. I'm really sorry, but this was a miss for me. So that is all my hits and misses for the last couple of months. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these brand new products that I really, really enjoy, or products I've sort of refound. I actually prefer the favourites videos when they're products you've refound. But I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. Please let me know what your favourites were for. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you all very, very soon in my next video. Bye! There's a crying child in the hallway which is making lots of noise. Don't mind my flabby arms. So uncomfortable. My leg has gone now. Oh. I really need this rather the right way. And two of these are creams and two... I'm getting so hungry. This is going to have to be the last video I film. Oh, and I have to mention my Pennywise t-shirt. If anyone is wondering, I'm wearing Everlasting Glimmer Veil Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rocker. I love this shade. It's like the only orange I love to wear. And no one talks about it. No one talks about the Glimmer Veils, and I don't know why. These are really, really good. And they look like really small things, but the tube's actually a lot longer than you think. Also, these sunglasses just turn up, and I love them. They're the same as the Kat Von D ones. I have an obsession.